Welcome to Drive Electric with Dominic. I'm Dominic, and today I'm going to start another epic road trip. Right, so I'm at my house right now, and hopefully by this evening I'll be in Wyoming, stopping for the night in an EV. We'll tell you which EV it is coming up. Okay, stay tuned. Here we go. All right, I've just unplugged the car. I'm starting out at 96%. I'm flying out of Panama City, which is a couple hours to the west of me. So that should be plenty of charge to get there as well. But the car is going to be sitting for a while. So yeah, here's Panama City over here. So I'm here, going here to the airport because it's cheaper to fly out of Panama City than it is Tallahassee. Yeah, so right, let's buckle up. Hey there. So I am nowhere near my home. I'm driving. I'll show you what I've been driving a little bit. It's this Tesla Model S. It doesn't have the sticker on it right now, but it is a Plaid. And it belongs to Kyle. So I've been tasked with driving this car from Fort Collins to Seattle, and it's got some wheels in it. Let's take a pop open the trunk and show you. All right, just open up the trunk, and we have wheels. A lot of wheels. These are Aero Spec wheels for a Porsche Taycan. So yeah, let's jump inside and take a look at what's going on with all the specs of everything. All right, you join me inside the interior of the Tesla Model S Plaid. Right, so let's see what I got here. I got a trunk full of tires and wheels. My bag. So yeah, I arrived last night in Denver, Colorado. I did Denver Airport, and I got picked up and brought to Fort Collins, and where I picked up this car, and it was at 98% when I started, or 90%. Yeah, he only likes to charge us up to 90 or lower. So let me see if I can find where our current state of charge is 62%. And I'm so used to the Model 3, that's got the extra screen in front of the driver. Let me turn it around. Extra screen in front of the driver. So yeah, 62%, 68 degrees. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So I didn't get too far from Fort Collins, but I did want to get some miles in today because it's going to take a few days to get over to Seattle. So basically, actually I'm on the outs. Where am I even? Okay, that's Cheyenne. Yeah, that's Cheyenne. And oh, this is upside down. Okay, let's put the United States upside right. And okay, so basically I have to go from here. Is that right? Okay. No, that's not right. Oh my God, what does America look like? Okay, this makes sense. Okay, Cheyenne. So I guess next I'm going to drive it to Billings and Bozeman. I want to kind of go to Bozeman tonight, but I do have a lot of work to do. I need to do at the hotel, whatever, get ready for a podcast and other things. Yeah, Spokane is there, then Seattle's way over here. I believe it's like 1,300 miles altogether, this whole distance, right? So yeah, I guess that's it. I'm going to get going here in a moment and go on a little trip. I'll try to show you some maybe interesting sights I see. I don't know, landmarks. I mean, it's pretty beautiful country out here. Here I can just see some rolling hills, and I got here at nighttime, so I didn't really see anything. But so now I'm just kind of looking around, and yeah, a lot of rolling hills, and I guess it'll get more exciting, I think, the farther west we go. Montana's supposed to be awesome, right? So yeah, stay tuned. All right, so this is my first impression of Wyoming in the daylight. Looks to be just like a lot of no trees. Yeah, a lot of brown grass and like rolling hill kind of situation, and no trees. All right, here's some more rolling brown hills of Wyoming. Not too exciting. I kind of like it because, you know, it's just so different from what I'm used to. But yeah, I guess this is the high plains, we call it. Not sure what those wind structures are there on the, over there on the horizon. Big open spaces. Looks like some hills in the background. So I'm headed to Wheatland, Wyoming, to the supercharger. But I should arrive with 30%, but the speed limit here is like 80 miles an hour. So I'm doing just a little bit over that, not much. Yeah, so we left around 67. We should arrive with 36% battery. And I was just looking, the altitude of Cheyenne was like 6,000 something feet, and Wheatland's like 47, so we're actually losing altitude here. And it's so cool. Let me show you the side window. Hopefully you can see all that. Got some cliff facing over here. A little bit of something rather than just, you know, rolling hills. So I'll be sharing this with you. I don't know if that's sagebrush on the hills or what. I wish I could stop and like run over there and check it out, but not right now. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be some at the supercharger. I don't know, we'll see. Cowboy alert. Cowboy and his dog. 18 miles from Wheatland, but the car is preconditioning the battery for fast charging. I believe it's V2 chargers along here, so it could be a little slow. But actually, we don't need that much, so it might be fast. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Yeah, and I guess looking out the windows, we got some mountains showing up in the distance here. If we can get the camera to focus. Way off in the distance. Yeah. I arrived in Wheatland with 31%, 79 degrees out. It says estimated charge time is 10 minutes and continue trip. And then the next one will be Evansville, Wyoming. And yep, so I just gonna keep an eye on this. We should have landed with 37%. I believe that was what it was saying. And so it's a little less than that. We were going a little, and the speed limit is super high, and we were going over by just a little bit, but every little bit over the speed limit when you're traveling at, you know, 80, 85 miles an hour, hits your range pretty hard. But this is seems all right. I mean, we have plenty of buffer, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, let's go plug in. Flashing green light. Took a little while. It was blue for quite a while there. So let's take a look and see what we got around this neighborhood. Got to say, Tesla superchargers, some cabinets over there, another Model S. The amenities are, yeah, we're at a little Heartland Inn and Suites. That's basically all it's really in walking distance here. There's a Super 8 across the street and a truck stop over here with an A&W. I don't think I'll be hitting that up. But anyway, yeah, let's charge this thing up and get on the road again. So we're up to a 51% battery right now, and it's still charging like full out 148 kilowatts. Keep it all around, and we've added 18 kilowatt hours. It says we'll arrive in Evansville, Wyoming is my next stop. And I should arrive there with 10% right now as things stand. I don't want to, there's no point in me playing, you know, running it too close to running out, whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to make it a little bit more comfortable and just see it for a couple more minutes and get going. Right, got 11%. No, I'll arrive with 11%. It's at 57% right now. Yeah, and it was still pulling like 130 some kilowatts at 57%. So that's interesting. And of course, this is a V2 supercharger. All right, so I got people backing in here. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Over to the rest area because there's some cool looking scenery over here that I wanted to show you. And it looks like I need to take this little path to get a better vantage point. So I'll do that and we'll show you the mountains. All right, so we're on the path. Wyoming's agriculture. And it looks like some of their tourist infrastructure could use some work, but okay. Open spaces sustained by agriculture. Yeah, definitely open spaces. I haven't seen a whole lot in the way of agriculture. And yeah, let's head over towards this little pagoda thing. Right, so I guess we'll be looking at Laramie Peak. And if you want to learn more about that, here's a sign. Just pause the video. You can read through all of that. All right, and let's just take a look and see what we got. So this is the highway we've been traveling up, and this is a little pagoda rest space. Nice places. I wish I had brought my guitar. I did not, unfortunately. So let's just zoom in and take a look at what we got in the mountains in the distance. Some loud diesel trucks. Let's zoom right in. See, that's about as much as I can zoom. Okay. Some cool looking mountains though. Still 77 miles to Evansville, Wyoming, but the landscape is starting to change a little bit here. Got the same rolling hills, but now there's a few pines, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what's coming up over this ridge. Maybe zoom you all in a little bit. Okay. Got the autopilot auto steering on. Help me out a little bit here. I do have a hand on it. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Some water down there. Haven't seen a whole lot of water. I've seen some dry creek beds, but actually the last creek I saw had some water in it, so maybe we're changing zones, I guess. All right. Right. I've arrived in Billings, or in, where are we? Evansville, which is actually, I think, by Casper. I think it's like really Casper / Evansville. So yeah, 11%. I think it was saying 13% we'd arrive with, so that's not too bad, within 2% of arrival. And quite a bit of, I'm going to eat here. It says the rest estimated charge time 20 minutes. Yeah, I really need to eat and everything, and so this will be great. Let me just jump out and plug everything in real quick. We got a nice, really sharp looking Tesla Model S Plaid right beside me here. All right, so click the button on the thing and then plug it in. And so you might notice, so these are V2, so I'm leaving a space between us and them because I believe they share a power module thing. So yeah, don't want to slow them down, don't want them to slow us down our charging. So yep, we'll catch up with you in a minute. Up to 82%, and so I ordered I'm in here actually, Hooches. I ordered some food and it hasn't come yet, and this thing is filled up past what I need to get to the next stop, and plus it's now filled up to almost 80 or 90%, or not, the limit, which is 90%. It's set at 90% right now, so it's just a few percent below that. And so anyway, I'm going to unplug it and just move it out of here for now. And that's kind of just not representative, but it's just like another example of, you know, what happens on road trips sometimes. You know, you stop to eat, and you know the charging is right there, and the charging doesn't take as long as the other stuff does, because I'm going to be in there another 20 minutes, I'm sure. But anyway, that's what's going on, and we'll catch up with you again soon. Right, so I'm just about ready to go. 84% battery going on here. 84%. Oh, it's 86 degrees outside. And yeah, so I should arrive. The next one is in Sheridan, Wyoming, and I'll arrive there with 19%, it says. Let's see how close to that we get. And of course, this is routing to Billings, Montana. You can see the whole list of little Is it the whole list? No, here's some more. Yeah, there we go. So 25 minutes in Sheridan, and then Billings, I'll arrive with 10%. That sounds about right. That sounds pretty good. All right. Oh, we don't want to end trip. Whoops. Okay. We'll let you go, and we'll see you all soon. Goodbye from Hooches in Casper, Wyoming. So I just thought I'd give you another little glimpse of what's going on landscape-wise. We're still in the high plains, looks like. Not many trees. Some rock outcroppings here and there. Machinery. It's pretty rural out here, though. It's kind of nice. So if you've ever wondered how they actually erect those big windmills, there you go. There's a crane set up beside the windmill with like one of the blades, and it's in like clamps, and I guess they connect it. I guess people have to get up there. I don't know. It looks pretty sketchy to me. I'm not doing it. Oh man. But I've never actually seen that before. Better looks from the side. Yeah, there's another blade on the ground, it looks like. Right. Alright, came over a ridge and we got actual mountains here in the distance. So this should be interesting. We're still on 25 north, but I guess we'll be hitting I-90 at some point. And yeah, so we'll tune in a little bit later when we get maybe more interesting or closer or whatever. Okay. Some wild views out here. So those mountains are still over here to our left. They're not huge mountains really, but there's big ones on the other side or farther down the road for sure. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Get some cool looking hills on the right. Cool looking hills on the left. Possibly some cool hills straight ahead to see what happens when they get around this little bend in the road. It's just really beautiful out here. Love this. Alright, so that's the divide here. We leave I-25 and we're going to get on I-90, which will take us all the way to Seattle and through some really interesting scenic parts of the country. Like, I've been loving the scenery, but apparently it gets a little bit more dramatic as we go through Montana, which is coming up pretty shortly. Our next charge is in Sheridan, which is 33 miles away. Should arrive with 21%. And we have 33% now. Yeah. So, let's take a look at some of those hills over there. It doesn't really translate in the camera so well, sorry. Alright, so I'm in Sheridan, Wyoming for a fill-up, a charge-up. And I think I arrived with 20%, and I think it was telling me that I would arrive with like a 22 or 23%. That kind of slips my mind at the moment, but it's pretty close, so that's not too bad. Yep, so we're going to stay here for a little bit. Right now it looks like we're negative 37% to get to Billings up Montana, which is the next spot. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to plug this thing in and get charging. Small supercharger here. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4 stalls. It's really kind of small. V2s. It does have a windshield wiper thing. It's right in the middle of Sheridan, which is kind of a smallish town, but it's kind of nice. And it was nice to drive into an actual town for a change, just for a lot of the time we were just at hotels or whatever on the beside the highway. So this is kind of nice. Alright, so on to Billings, and we should arrive there with 18%. And we've just charged up to 75% here, which is pretty good, I guess. And I haven't unplugged yet, so we're getting 88 kilowatts at 75%, which sounds, fine. All right, let's unplug this thing and get back on the road. The hotel here was kind of interesting. It's a little place over here. So it's this building, but it's also got a skyway across this other building, and they have there's like a sports bar in there, and a restaurant, and there's the whole like a conference room or something, like a big room where they're doing community blood blood donations, right? Which is kind of nice. Yeah. So anyway, that's Sheridan, Wyoming. Nice place to visit. Let's share a little bit of downtown Sheridan. It's just like the main drag here, Main Street, indeed. There used to be, in that hotel, there was like old pictures on the wall of parades and different things. And they used to have like cable cars in this little town. Like there was a picture with like a couple cable cars in the picture. I believe it was in the 1950s. I'm not really sure now. But yeah. So this is a kind of like typical little small town. It's pretty nice. Like a slice of history, practically. And it looks like not dead compared to a lot of small towns. And we got a lot of coal rolling going on. Diesel smoke.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Caffeine Avenue.
Alright, we'll let you go from there. I missed the sign, but we've crossed into Montana, which other signs tell me is Crow country, by the Native American tribe Crow. And it looks pretty nice over here. Nice, rolling hills. Again, a little more green than a lot of Wyoming was. It looks pretty nice. Let's see what happens when we get up to this top of this hill. Just a little bit. Alright. Yeah, the vistas from the tops of these like little passes or whatever at the tops of the hills. I think are quite incredible. This one's curving, okay. Steep downgrade. Okay. 6% grade. Pretty cool. See for miles. This will keep you with us as we turn this corner. It's this beautiful countryside. So I've stopped at the supercharger near Billings, and we have 18%, which is pretty decent, I think. At one point I thought we were going to have 10% when we arrived here, but we have 20. Right, it's the hotel. We're going to use a couple percent to get to the hotel. But I want to be able to leave in the morning and have like a charge and not like start my day by going to the supercharger. So I'm going to go and plug in and get us a little bit of charge now. And yeah, let's do that. So we got a nice little supercharger set up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, dozen at least. And wash stations, or at least there's a bucket. All right, let's get this thing plugged in. that blue light to turn green. All right. Just gonna chill, I guess, here for a while. Oh, a couple dogs. Doggos. Nice. Maybe I'll go say hi. All right. Catch up with y'all later. Filled up to 76% and just need to go into town. It's not too far from here, I think. Oops. Yeah. Just head into downtown. All right. Let's go. All right, this morning again, I'm headed out and let's see, we got 68% charge. Bozeman, Montana, I'm gonna navigate to there and it is 78 miles from there and I should arrive with 34%. So it's like a 1 hour and 6 minute drive. All right, and we'll see what our charging options are after that because 34% is kind of high to stop, I think. All right, let's go. So looking at this again, actually, I'm only an hour away from the supercharger in Big Timber, Montana, not 1 hour from Bozeman. That's 2 hours from here, approximately. So yeah, I guess we're stopping in Big Timber. All right. I just passed a billboard too that reminds us that Montana is grizzly bear country. Be prepared. And I think we're just going to stay in our car. Okay. Still driving out of Billings, and there's mountains off in the distance, but also this big. I'm not really sure what this is. Some sort of refinery. I don't know. I guess those are oil containers, oil storage units, whatever. But I imagine there's also some natural gas processing in the area, since that's kind of a big thing around here. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that as we go by it. And yeah, I don't know if you can see the mountains off in the distance yet or not, but it looks like they have some snow on them. And yeah, Billings is around 3,000 something feet altitude, and Bozeman is higher than that, 4,000 something. So we will be gaining some altitude over the next little while. All right, let you go. So a little bit of weirdness here. I thought I was going to stop at some grizzly place on the way, but now, and it said after stopping there, I would still arrive in Bozeman, Montana with 7%. But now it's taken out stop completely out and has me arriving there with 6%. So, you know, I don't really know what's going on with that. Kind of interesting. We're at 37% right now. So I guess the car knows what it's doing. Yeah, and this is what the view looks like right now. We're kind of coming up on some mountains. Looks pretty nice out here. And just fields off to this side. Hopefully you can see that. I can't really look at the road ahead, but yeah, mountains. Update. I decided to stop in Big Timber. I don't know why I called it Grizzly earlier, but yeah, it had me going by here, but then the amount that I arrive in Bozeman kept dropping. It was down to 4%, and it had been 8% a little earlier, so I don't want to get stuck on the side of the road or going 45 miles an hour on an 80 mile an hour speed limit highway. So yeah, I'm stopping in Big Timber and I'm going to the supercharger. All right. All right, stopping here with 32%. And I think I might see if I can just fill it up so I can skip Bozeman and go on to the next one. But I need to take a look at the map and see what the next one actually is and do all that calculation stuff. So I'll do that and catch up with y'all later. All right, small change in plan. I think I'm going to go past Bozeman and I need to stop in Belgrade, Montana, because I need a Wi-Fi connection to do some work online. Around that time, I have an appointment to make. So gonna stop there and eat and then do my thing online, and I'll have plenty of energy, and I guess I'll just pump in as much electricity as I can while I'm there. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is kind of a nice little stop here. This is the town am I in? I am in Big Timber. Yeah, so this has been a little cool town. I had to backtrack through the main kind of drag, and yeah, pretty cool little frontier towns, these places. I like it out here. It's a little mountain pass. That's some awesome looking rocky outcropping up there. now for this guy. I'm in Belgrade with 46%, so I don't really need to charge up. I can go anyway to get the next stop. Yeah, and check out the facilities here. They do have a casino and real games. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, it's in a Conoco station. There's a few stalls here. Looks pretty nice. Some windshield washing equipment, some garbage cans. That's great. All right. So I'm charged up to 76% now, but I've got that appointment coming up. So I think I'm just going to go find a Mexican food truck thing, and then hightail it to a Starbucks parking lot where I can use their Wi-Fi and do my thing, and then get back on the road. All right. Mexican food truck secured. Little dining place out here. Unfortunately, it's right by the highway as well. Yeah, man, it's a busy road. But this is a cool looking food truck. All right, so I guess I'm going to navigate to, navigate is coming down here more. Here we go, Coeur, where I should arrive with 11% with a couple stops along the way. And yeah, I have it at 74% now, so things are looking up. Time to hit the road. Just finished the Butte, Montana, or I guess I just drove through Butte, Montana, and now I'm at the supercharger, but it's a little suburb I think called Rocker. But yeah, so Butte is not the most beautiful town. Got 41% here, so I still got like a lot of energy. But I arrive at Missoula is the next one, but we have -9%, so definitely need to get some charge in here. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah, but and we get another casino, and we get a McDonald's, and a little truck stop, little travel plaza. All right, ready to roll out of here. We've got 67%. And stopping in Missoula, Montana next. I'll have 23% apparently when I get there, but I'll have to stay for a while. And I'm ending the trip at Coeur d'Alene, and I might not have to fill up right there. I mean, there's a supercharger about 4 blocks from where I'm staying, so we'll see how that all works out. Stay tuned, and I'll try to show you some countryside as we pass through it. It's been really kind of hard to really share as much as I'd like to. I mean, there's beautiful scenes, but also some twisty driving, so I really need to keep my attention focused on the road, and so I miss a lot of great opportunities to share this landscape. It's amazing out here. Anyway, let's roll. Here's a little taste of some scenery, I guess. Still, it's kind of hard to really get an idea of the scope of things here, but there you go. Just thought I'd share a little bit of the road, what's going on here. So we seem to be working our way through mountain passes, basically. We were traveling along some plains, like in the valleys for quite a while. And I guess these are technically still valleys, but yeah, the mountains are the hills are a lot closer. So it's there's a train coming up. Yeah, that's basically what we got going on. Anyway, just thought I'd share. All right, arrived in Missoula with 23%, and I guess oh man, we're gonna be here for 25 minutes. That seems like a long time, but yeah, because we have -35% right now for the next stop in Coeur d'Alene. So I guess and check out the facilities over here. Maybe not the McDonald's, but town pump. Interesting too. The navigation told me to go to the place across the street, the travel plaza across the street, which is, I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's much nicer actually. And it's kind of too bad that these are on this side. It's like a country store, a general store, the bakery and deli, and another casino for all your gambling needs, and a Days Inn. Yeah. I guess I can show you some the countryside here. It's the kind of country we're in. It's just beautiful. The mountains, just surrounded by mountains and, oh, I guess electrical equipment, but more mountains. Yeah. So nice. Sun's shining bright in here, but 77% and ready to get going. Got enough energy to continue our trip. And let's see, it'll take me 2 hours and 18 minutes, it says, to get to Coeur d'Alene, which is my next stop. So yeah, let's hit the road again. I can see my windshield, but you can't really tell. All right, here's the state line, Idaho. Bye-bye, Montana. It's been nice knowing you. Probably see you again soon. Some nice mountains here. I don't know if, yeah, you can still see some of that, right? Speed limit's down to a reasonable 55 miles an hour at least on these twisty roads. I've arrived at Coeur d'Alene in one piece, and let me tell you, driving this thing at night, this Tesla Model S, let me turn this around. This situation right here, no bueno. There's a tiny ridge here. You can kind of, because you can see these buttons at night, but you can't see where your thumb is. So I guess you have to kind of feel where that little ridge is. And then also, getting your high beams to come on, you can't just touch them like that. You just touch them real quick, and it just does that. You have to like hold them, and then they stay on. But yeah, and then yeah, trying to do this in the dark though, if it's like I was on a dark twisty road, I can't really look down at what I'm doing with my hands, and it's just a pain. And you know, never mind trying to beep your horn over here. I guess that's probably impossible. And I also find when your hand is on the wheel here, my hand is on the wheel, I'm always hitting this thing. Not always, but way frequently than I'd like. Yeah, anyway, that's all right. So I'm here with 20% battery. I'm gonna charge it in the morning because I'm exhausted and I gotta do some work still, so catch y'all in the morning. All right, already underway, and I've got 19% charge. It's got me ready to Spokane, Washington from Coeur d'Alene, which I should arrive with 4%. But there is a supercharger partway there in case I feel like it's cutting into the amount that I arrive with.
In 500 feet,
so, yeah, I don't have to slow down, you know, and I don't really mind stopping. I feel like I need to get to Seattle as soon as possible, but
now turn left onto North Ramsey Road.
I might stop the charge. Anyway, all right. Tune in later. All right, there's an exit 289. It's a state line, so I assume, I am coming close. I am. Welcome to Washington. All right. Looks like it might have been not in focus. I got a dirty windshield. I need to take care of. Pulled up the energy screen, and it looks like I got 6.6% arrival. It's got this live projection. Arrival time for the Spokane, Washington supercharger. So I'm going to leave this screen up and keep an eye on that and decide to stop based on what it tells me, basically. Aside from that, I don't know if I can show you much of the... I'm focused on the windshield. I don't know if I can show you much of the surroundings, but it's, you know, Pacific Northwest, I guess, getting into. I guess we need to go over some mountains, maybe. I'm not sure before we get into the rainy sort of climate, but yeah, not too dramatic over here. But I guess there's a really nice lake along this town, but I saw some pictures in the hotel. That's about it. Anyway, we'll catch up with y'all in a bit. So I've arrived at it says 6% here, but my live view arrived with actually 5.7%. So that's cool. I'm at the supercharger in Spokane, Washington. I believe this is probably a V3. Let me jump out, see it's a park. Let me jump out and plug in. Is someone coming to join us here? It was all spaced out, like once one charger space or two charger spaces per car. But yeah, it's going to be yeah, it's got to be a version 3. Anyway, I'm just going to plug in. Push the button, open the door, plug in, and I need to actually check to see how long we're here for. It's like a pretty good stop though, pretty place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, a bunch of chargers. I don't know how many, 8 chargers. I don't know. Let's see, amenities. An iron skillet, something. Oh, I need to wash my windshield at some point. That's true. All right, I'm on the road again. I forgot to hit the record a little update there, but I left with like 82%. I was inside, and it took maybe a little bit longer than I needed to. And then it had me arriving at the next place at 67%, which is ridiculously high to stop. So I just kind of redid the routing, and now it's got me arriving in Clay de Lum, Washington. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. CLE. Then the next word, ELUM. Clay de Lum. I don't know. Yeah, and arriving with 18%, which is still a little bit high, but whatever, take it. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get these. I need to get these tires to the discount tire in Seattle, Washington. Kyle's gonna send me the address of the exact location, drop them off, and yeah, we'll get these tires on the Taycan. See what's up to that. All right, so a little update, little scenery update. Look, the topography of here, this area is like a lot different than I expected. I kind of expected to be, coming into a whole bunch of trees and forests and kind of mountains and stuff. But right now, at least, it's like kind of barren of trees. And yeah, and it looks like this. I guess you can see there's some trees over there. Those just popped into view. Some water. Yeah, but anyway, just thought I'd give you this update. Looks like I got some sort of emergency vehicle up ahead. Looks maybe a SWAT unit. I kind of feel like I'm gaining on them a little bit. I am a little over the speed limit, but not too much. It's kind of weird that they'd be going the speed limit. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. Kind of weird that they'd be going the speed limit with their lights on. Unfortunately, I can't get a good focus because the windshield's so dirty, but turn on my cruise control. Autopilot. Touch the wheel. Yep, touching the wheel. That's zoomed in as I can get. Yeah, if I can get any closer without whatever getting pulled over, let's see what I can do. Anyway, yeah. So I guess I'll get the camera going. This is like the topography around here. I can see some mountains now in the distance, but it's like really like oops. The mountains off in the distance. It's really like arid, and there's a lot of agriculture here, but I think it's all being irrigated from the aquifer, really. Lots of sagebrush and just no trees. Yep. See, there you go. That's this little update, and we're not. I don't think we're gaining on them, but we're not really falling behind either. It's 5 over the limit. Okay. All right. So there's a big. Looks like a big mountain sort of rise off there in the distance. I'm not sure if it really translates because there's a lot of smoke, because over here, I don't know if I can get that on there, right? But yeah, it looks like there's some sort of massive fire happening, and so it's kind of obfuscating the view up ahead. But yeah. So, arrived at Quincy, Washington with 34%. I think it's just like 2% below or 3% below whatever the expected arrival percentage. 88 degrees outside, and yeah, right now we're at minus 16%, so we got to get over that and maybe add a little extra so I can run around Seattle a bit and get these tires over to the tire place. Yep, so plug it in. I guess I'll take you outside with me. Just gonna take a look and see what's going on out here. Got a Highland Model 3 refresh starting up with us. Oh, it's the Magic Dock. Oh, I don't want the Magic Dock. Shoot. I've never actually seen one of these before. So I guess press that button in there. Okay. Cool. So Magic Dock station. I need to remember this. This might come in handy for the, yeah, for a secret project coming up. All right. It's like warmer than I expected. It's kind of like an education for me in noisy diesel truck. Never expected it to be like this flat up here, but there are over there in the distance like large mountains. I guess we had to go through Squamish or something kind of pass. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. So hopefully we don't have to go over that, and maybe there's like a cut through somewhere, but I guess we'll find out pretty soon. All right, back in the car. It's super windy out there. A lot of smoke. It smells kind of weird, and it was an odd little store. But anyway, real quick, let's turn this around for a second. I'm going to unplug it just as soon as I hang up here. We're up to 74%, and speaking of the funky little store, I got a little snack. Check this out. Lay's. For some reason, they had all kinds of like Chinese drinks and chips there. So these are hot and sour lemon braise chicken feet flavor. How can you say no to that, right? Okay, maybe I'll give you a short review a bit later, but for now I'm just gonna unplug it. Okay. All right, so this kind of looks kind of crazy out here. Just wanted to share. I think come up to the pass. This is just down the road from that stop. It looks like, I'm not sure what's down there. I can't really see. It looks like a lot of water. Interesting, but yeah, the hills are all kind of bare trees and brown. Wow, this sagebrush. I feel like we're going to go through this pass and it's going to be all green and lush on the other side. But excuse my camera work, I need to kind of focus on the road. Right by a scenic outlook, so I thought I'd just kind of share, because I believe this is the Columbia River that's down there. There's a huge drop off. It's very windy up here. But it's cool. AF. Wow. It's a good place to take a little beauty shot of the car as well. I think I might wander over to the outlook, actual scenic outlook going over here. I think we can get closer to the edge to kind of really get a more dramatic kind of look at things. Dropping below the rocks thing here, so wind is lessened quite a bit. It's crazy up there. I guess this is sagebrush. I don't know, I've never really seen sagebrush up close before, like in the wild. It's like on these thick kind of stalks up here. It's like a little shrub. Looks like it could be ancient. Yeah, so let's kind of take a look at this Columbia River. This is pretty freaking awesome. And the rocks are all, they just look kind of cool, you know. Oh, some folks hanging out. Try not to get their faces. Okay. Crazy. Little path. thought I'd share. On the other side of that River Gorge, Columbia River Gorge, we got some windmills producing probably a ton of electricity. It is so windy out there, it's unbelievable. It's kind of scary actually standing out there. But yeah, oh, also the chips, hot, sour, spicy chicken feet, whichever, not bad actually, you know. I don't know what real chicken feet taste like, so I can't say how true they were to that flavor, but they were kind of a nice little spicy bit to them. Slight chickeny kind of taste, but also, you know, just like potato chips. Yum. All right. So coming through some mountains now. Coming down the other side. We're into the green stuff. We're out of the brown into the green, and I think I still got to go through like a Snoqualmie-ish, I don't know how to pronounce it, pass, which is at 3,000 some feet. And I'm going down right now, so I assume I'm going to be going back up. I've been climbing for quite a ways, for quite a while. Yeah, but I can see some nice mountain peaks off in the distance, so that's pretty cool. So I guess this is I'm officially in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, I don't know if you can see over there. Had a little smattering of rain, so my windshield's a bit smeared a bit. It's not super clear. Right, just came through a tunnel and about to go over a bridge. We just went through some crazy mountain pass, but it was raining and twisty and kind of dangerous, so I couldn't show you any of that, which sucks because it was incredibly beautiful. Yeah, we can see a little bit of some tall buildings here in the Seattle area. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's hard to show you much. There's just like a railing on the right hand side, a lot of water, and a few tall buildings. So maybe if I can, if we see anything interesting, more Seattle-esque, before I get to my final destination, we'll turn on the camera again. Right, I've arrived at my final destination. For here, I guess we're going to do the tire delivery part tomorrow. Oh, pretty tired. That was an exhausting bit through the mountains. A lot of rain, a lot of traffic, a little craziness in the Seattle part as well, like really heavy traffic. Right, so let me turn this around and we'll show you our little end of trip stats. Staying up there, it's a little small place, but it's like 4 stories, so it's kind of bizarre. Actually, maybe we'll take a look up the roof later in a bit. But yeah, 14% is our arrival. And I don't have enough charge for Sentry mode. Of course, you need 20% to turn on Sentry mode. So I might go to a supercharger at some point this evening. And yeah, sure, if we can take a look at some screens here. Some energy graphs. I kind of like to find out. Oh, elevation here, minus 2.9, okay. If I had to stay below 70, I could have saved 3.2% this trip, but, right. Trip and rated. Okay, so there's that information. Driving 53 point 22.9% plus. Consumption versus rated. Going uphill cost 14.6% and going downhill saved 17.1% this drive. That's interesting. So more downhill than uphill apparently, of course, and made it easier. All right. Well, shall we scan it? We can't really see a whole lot of the neighborhood right now. We are in Seattle, so of course it's raining. Let me get out here. All right, yeah, so it's like a nice little neighborhood. Looks pretty cool. Can't really see a whole lot of anything of the downtown, but maybe from up there you can. I don't know. Let's take a look. All right, so this is a little look around the neighborhood from the 4th story level, and a lot of these little similar kind of houses in the neighborhood. I'm a little out of breath from going up all those stairs. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so that's in the distance a little bit, but yeah, no Seattle skyline. I was kind of surprised that the trees aren't bigger here. I haven't been over here before, but I've been to Vancouver, British Columbia, but it's just, I guess, a few hundred miles north, or maybe it's a little bit farther than a few hundred miles, but not that far. And they have huge trees. It's totally different. But yeah, but I'm digging this. So this is a nice neighborhood. But all right, that's I guess enough for me for this video. Thanks for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.